Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, or good evening, whatever it is in your part of the world. Welcome in, everyone, on this cloudy, cold day. Supposed to warm up in a day or two, so I'll be happy for that. And today, it was around 40, cloudy all day, foggy most of the morning. But supposed to get a little bit better. Hello, Tony. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Judy. Hello, Arlene. Hello, John. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Bev. Hello, Farmall and Forbes. Guess that's everyone so far. Well, got some good news about Smokey. She seems to be doing real well. Still haven't got that video out on her. I got behind with everything going on. We're having to go back and forth, one hospital to another with her and everything. I got behind on everything and had to get ready for my Christmas party yesterday. So it's been a hectic couple weeks. But anyways, she was released from the hospital on Tuesday. They switched her over to oral antibiotics on Monday and kept her there until Tuesday afternoon, see how she was doing. And she seemed to be doing real well. Well, I was still worried about her. So even though she's got an appointment to go back to the hospital on Tuesday for a recheck, I took her to her primary vet on Friday just to have her blood levels checked. Her white blood cell count was down to 14,000. And this vet said it should be, the top number should be 13,000. At the ER, they told me between 15 and 18,000. But then I found out that all the machines read slightly different. Had two different vets tell me that machines read slightly different. So I guess she was just slightly high, but still, it's almost where it should be. And then I emailed a copy of her blood work results to the hospital and had them compare it against what they did on Tuesday, because they didn't give me a copy of that. And the vet called me back a couple hours later, said she'd reviewed it all and everything's looking good. Said the white blood cell count was down drastically. And my primary vet was slightly concerned. She said she didn't think it was a big deal because she'd been sick, but she was slightly concerned about her red blood cell count because it was low. But it actually was higher than it was on Tuesday. So it's going in the right direction. Well, hello, Dream. And this coming Tuesday, they'll be doing blood work again so we can compare the numbers again. And hopefully everything will be back to normal. But she's definitely feeling much, much, much better. She's eating like crazy. She's playing. Very active. In fact, she doesn't hardly ever come over and lay in the chair with me now. She's always off doing her own thing. So that's a good sign. you're going to have to move, Dream, if you're going to get up that high. Then I can't see the screen. Well, you're going to stay up here. You got to stay down low enough so I can see over you, okay? No, you can't do that. Hello, Reverend Joe. We've gone above freezing every day so far. Yesterday, not by much. Today was just slightly warmer. I know when I went out this morning on the way home, I noticed that it was 40 degrees. Unfortunately, no snow yet. Hey, stop. Thank you, John. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better now after our blood results on Friday. Because I was worried about her white blood cell count going back up. So I was glad to hear that it was down almost to normal. Hello, Sue. Thank you, Joanne. Yes, Judy, she sure is. Who's meowing? I'm not even sure who that is. No, guys. No. Stop. I'm sorry about that. Almost lost tripod there. Wish that camera was wireless. They always get the horsing around right by the camera cable. Hello, Sal. Well, Sal's making a little progress. You got an access hole to the fuel pump now. And then it got dark on him. So hopefully tomorrow he can get that in. Hello, Jim. Hey, Judy's son could use some prayers here. He was admitted to the hospital today. And here's the rest of her comment. She went over 200 characters. Yeah, I bet you are, Sal. Oh, yeah, cats have been behaving all day, but then I start a live, then they have to start in with their nonsense. Just like kids. Thank you, Reverend Joe. I know everyone appreciates that. Yep, someone's mad, Joanne. That's right. Hello, Gary. Got to turn you into a Smurf. There we go. Stop. Katie Kane, we talked about this earlier. Calm down. She wants to keep digging her claws into me. And that's going to have to stop. Because that hurts. Hello, John. Well, now you're a mod on another channel then, Gary. Yeah, it doesn't hurt because then whatever channel you come in on, you'll be a mod on. Leave my water alone. Now she's trying to grab my bottle of water. Not a problem, Gary. Yesterday, had the Christmas party. Had a small turnout. Tony and Judy, Drew and Lindsay, and Jeff showed up. Drew and Lindsay couldn't stay long. They were on their way to a basketball game, so they could stop in for a few minutes. But Tony and Judy and Jeff were here for several hours. Good to be able to just sit here and talk with them, get caught up on stuff. Yep. Dolly Parton came and made some mac and cheese for me. Yes, it was Judy. And I don't know, in the spring, summer, however it works out, I want to have a get together and have it all day and half the night. Then people can just come and go as they please. And then, like Drew and Lindsay had something going on the time of the party. Well, just keep it going. And then if someone's got something going on in the afternoon, they can stop it in the evening. Or if they got something going on in the evening, they come in the afternoon here and then go to their event in the evening. So that's something to look forward to. You mean those luncheons that they used to have 2 or 3 years ago, Tony, where everyone would come from miles away and meet up at a particular restaurant? Yeah. I'd love to do that. Unfortunately, there was only one after I moved to Arkansas, and I didn't have a vehicle, so I couldn't get to it. That was in Fort Smith at, it was a steakhouse. Forgot now the name of the place. Then they didn't have any more after that. Yeah, I thought that'd be a good idea, Judy. No, I don't give him a special meal, Gary, but I do sing happy birthday to him. Which I forgot about yesterday being Domino's birthday. So I didn't sing happy birthday to her until after everyone left. We all could have sang happy birthday to her. Then the 16th is Dixie's birthday. Hello, Ark Wildman. Okay, Gary. Hey, Domino. Gary said happy birthday. She's not paying me any attention. Hello, Natasha. He actually put a video out on that today, Tony. He doesn't have it installed, but he's got an access hole so he can get to it. Hey, Domino, where'd you go? She took off now. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Ruby. What else do I have important? Oh, if you're planning on going to the meetup, make sure you get either a lodge room booked or a campsite booked. Because I don't want to have everything get booked up and then you got to stay off site. It'd get be so much nicer if everyone that's going to stay there for the whole weekend, you're welcome just to come for Friday, for Saturday, whatever. But if you are going to stay for the weekend, it would be nice to have everyone on site. And if you do book a lodge room, make sure to send me an email or a text and let me know what name it's booked under. Because then I can give them all the names that are in our group, and you'll get a discount when you make your final payment. But if you don't tell me that you're booked and what name you're booked under, I won't be able to tell her and you won't be included in the discount. So that's very important. And there's no discount on the campground. I did ask about that. They do offer a discount if you're disabled or if you're a senior citizen. But that's just the regular discounts that the general public can get. But there's no group discount on the campground, just the lodge. Hello, Emily. Yep, that's fine, Reverend Joe. Please stop. Put your claws in if you're going to grab me like that. Because that hurts when you dig me your claws. Okay? Yep. I did, Emily. Hello, Des. Hello, Wanda. And since I was good for Thanksgiving, then I had the right to not be so good this weekend. I ate a few things this weekend that weren't on my diet. But tomorrow, I'll be back on the diet. Well, I might not have the pie all gone. Might have to eat another piece of pie tomorrow. Hello, Candace. But that will work out. And then most likely I'll be good until Christmas. And I was invited to Christmas dinner, so I might be bad on Christmas Day. But even if I gain a pound or two, it'll come off again. So I'm not worried about that. It's just something you can't do on a regular basis. Well, the dogs are all doing good. Now that it's cooled off so much, they're out raising heck in the yard. And every time I go out to feed them or just go out on the porch, they come running. I think they're trying to stay more active now to stay warm. But they're going under the house. They're sleeping under the house and stuff. So they're well protected under there. Okay, Ruby. Not a problem. I'm just trying to see what I'm missing in chat here. course, that wants to jump on me, so try this. Hello, Kay. Hello, Anne. Yeah, I'm still going to try to get a little bit better set up. Yeah, I think once I get my desktop computer going, it'll be a little easier to navigate. So this touchpad on here it's kind of funny. Oh yeah, those cats love those cat trees. They'll get in the baskets, in the caves. And I'm glad I got the second big cat tree. They make use of them. And I still got the smaller one that I haven't brought over yet. That's gonna need to be cleaned up and repaired and stuff. What I want to do is get a couple cameras, have one set up on each cat tree, and then have the camera for myself. Just got to figure out how to do that. Because the camera that I'm using right now, that camera's less than $20. I think it's $16.99. So I could get a couple more of those cameras. But I only have 2 USB ports in my laptop. Of course, I'm going to be moving my desktop computer. So I think that's got more USB ports than it. So maybe I'll be able to get set up like that. And then just probably have myself as a little bit smaller. And then have the 2 cameras on the cat trees bigger. And then you really see the cats good. Yeah, the cats would love it, Judy. Yep, I'm reading the comments right off my laptop. And then I got my phone sitting right next to me here. So if I need to go to YouTube, I can do that. Or if I have trouble with the touchpad on here. Oh, I just lost all the chat. There we go. Hello, Demoose. Yep, I'm thinking about getting things set up different, Emily. Okay, Emily. I think I'll be able to get it figured out, though. Hey, Rose. Hello, A. Mason. Yeah, I got rid of the ads, Emily. I got a free trial for YouTube Premium. It was, I think, 3 months for free, and then $13.99 a month after that. I didn't know if I'd continue or not, but heck yeah, I'll take the 3 months free. And then I loved it so much, I continued it. And there's other benefits to it as well, but the no ads part I love. Hello, Lee. And anyone that has YouTube Premium, the creators still get money. It's just instead of being ad money, it's YouTube Premium money. Because I go to my analytics and I can see in there how much I get from people that have YouTube Premium and how much I get from the ones that are watching the ads. So I actually do still get paid. Hello, Carol. Well, nothing major coming up, Sal. Because I don't have a helper right now. I'm going to have to find a new one and haven't found anyone yet. But there is someone I want to talk to tomorrow. I'll actually be seeing her at the diner. And she's got kids in school, so I think they might know someone. I'm going to talk to her about it. And she knows a lot of people too. And see what we can come up with. But there is one thing that I think I'm going to tackle myself anyways, is a ramp into my chicken coop. Then I can get in the chicken coop without having to worry about falling or not being able to get in or get back out or whatever. No, Rose. And then when the time's right, so I actually have the help to do it, it's actually going to take several people. I need to put up a perimeter fence. I think what I'm going to do is not going to be run the whole property, because that would be too much. But around the part that I'm using here, what I want to do is fence in around the house, basically where I have the netting run now, the electric netting. Put up a permanent fence there for the dog, and then I want to put a double perimeter fence so the dogs can get around the perimeter, and in the middle of the yard they won't be in. And then my guineas can run loose in that part of the yard, take care of the ticks, and I probably, once I get everything situated, will let the chickens free range in that area too. There's still a possibility the chickens would fly over the fence, but they'd be less likely if they had a big area. And that'll cut down on the feed bill because they'll have more stuff that they can eat. And I like having the chickens free range. And the dogs won't be able to get to them, but the dogs be around the perimeter so they can keep other animals out. Like I said, that's going to take some work. So that's something I'm going to have several people helping with. So that won't be anytime soon. Oh, I just hit the wrong button, lost the chat again. Here it's back. Yep. It doesn't matter if you watch your ads or if you pay for YouTube Premium. I'm still going to get paid. Well, thank you, Emily. Yeah, I'm getting to know quite a few people by going there. In fact, I'm going there more just to socialize with people than I really am going there to eat. Even though I eat while I'm there, that's not my main reason for going there. Hello, Pink Sparkle. Yeah, they were helping, but I can't get any response now. So I wanted to have Hunter come the week before Thanksgiving. And when I asked about it, I got no response. Yeah, that would be nice, Sal. Because like the perimeter fence, you could just work on that a little bit every day or whatever, and then it would get done. Made my coffee too hot again. I made it like 20 minutes for the live, and I didn't think I would make it quite as hot, but it turned out just as hot. Oh yeah, arthritis does suck. I know about that, Pink Sparkle. Because on top of my hip being bad, and this has been going on for years, I've got a lot of arthritis in there. Because when I first started having severe pains in my leg, and I'm just glad it's not as bad now as it was back then. And then they finally determined that it was coming from my back. Well, they were x-raying my leg and my hip and stuff back then. And then before my hip deteriorated, but they all commented every time they did an x-ray about how much arthritis there was in that hip. I think it's from when I had the surgery on my back, when I shattered the vertebrae back in 1996. They took bone out of my hip for bone graft for my back. And I'm wondering if that was what caused so much arthritis. Because I don't have it in my left hip. I gotta get my Christmas tree up. I bought a small pre-lit tree at one of the thrift stores. In fact, one of my favorite thrift stores. I love that woman that runs it. She's so nice. And it was $5. I think it's a 36-inch. It's a small one, but I wasn't going to pass that up for $5. Some of the stuff in there she owns, but most of it's consignment. And that's what that was, a consignment. Every time you walk in there, different stuff. I'm starting to notice a difference, Judy. I'm not having as much pain as I was. Past few days I have, because I've been trying to get caught up on everything. Because I got way behind when Smokey was sick. Because one hospital is an hour away, and the other one about an hour and 10 minutes. And it was especially bad on the days when I had to go to the ER, pick her up, and then pick her up by 6:30, and then take her to the other hospital, 20-minute drive there, then sit there and wait for them to open at 8, and drop her off, and then an hour home. Then the afternoon, hour up there, pick her up 4:30, 5 o'clock. Had to be before 5. They close at 5. Then go to the ER, sit there until they opened at 6. Hour and 10 minutes home. So I didn't do a thing in the house. And because I got behind on getting the litter boxes clean, the cats made their own litter boxes. So I was working on trying to get all that done. And just try to get ready for the party yesterday. And now I'm at least back to the point that I was before she got sick. There's still stuff that I need to get done, but now I can start hopefully trying to make progress on stuff. But the last few days, I overdid it. Not very sorry I did, because it got me to the point where I am now. But I paid for it every night. They're relatively safe. So the enclosure that they're in, I had them weighted down because a coyote could have tipped them over. So I got them weighted down so a coyote couldn't tip them over. And then raccoons are reaching through. But now the plywood around the outside, not to say that something couldn't get to them, but once we put the plywood around the outside of them, then stopped having the raccoon problem. I'm assuming raccoon. I'm 99% sure that's what it was, even though I didn't see the raccoons. And they'll be even safer once I get them in the coop. Because the coop is completely predator-proof. That's a shed that I bought from a local shed company. The only thing I do have to do to completely predator-proof that is get hardware cloth put over the windows. So when the windows are open, nothing can get in there. But other than that, nothing's getting in. I use StreamYard, Carol. I've always used StreamYard. And when everyone was changing and recommended this one and that one, I tried a couple of them. And I just didn't like them. I got used to StreamYard. So I just continued with StreamYard. Then they had a sale on the paid version. You had to buy an annual plan. And I got the annual plan for about $250. So I did that. And they're improving it every day. Every time I go on StreamYard, I got a pop-up that they have a new feature on here. I'm not using most of it, but I got to start looking more into their new features. Oh, I'm timid behind in chat. Someone's going to start complaining. Yep, I've heard people talk about, I guess they call it a dog mode. The dogs can get around the perimeter. And I think it's a darn good idea. Because then I don't have to worry about getting the dogs trained so they're not going to be attacking the animals or keeping the chickens in an enclosure or whatever. And these dogs will, even though they're not livestock guardian dogs, they will keep predators away. They have proved that. I think I showed Tiger the other day. But anyways, here's Tiger, Smokey's brother. He is a sweetheart. I hope you live that long, Gary. I hope you don't work yourself to death just so you can have a good retirement. Yeah, I like to do that, Emily. I like to get out, meet people. Plus, I have to go to the diner every day during the week because the waitress that works Monday through Friday, she yelled at me one day. Well, I didn't see her on Wednesday. I got there late and she'd already left. Well, she asked about me the next day, and they said, yes, I came in afternoon that day. I think I got there about 12:30. I think she gets done at 11. Sometimes she's there a little later, but I think officially she's done at 11. And then the following day, I didn't go in at all. And I went in Friday, and she yelled at me. She said, you know, this is just like a job. If you're not going to show up, you'll have to call in and tell me you're not coming in so I don't have to worry about you. And then I gave her my phone number. So she's worried she could call me. And that's the way it is with all the regulars. If she doesn't see him for a day or two, she starts worrying. Hello, Jan. Yeah, they're okay, Emily. They're just messing around. Now, how can I put this appropriately? Well, I have one in heat, and the boys are trying to take care of it. How about that? Even the neutered ones, they're going after her too. I've got two more that I've got to get neutered. They're right at that age now. And then Tiger, once he gets old enough, that's going to be a little while on him. Not this hot, Emily. This is. Well, the thing is, if I just drink it out of an open mug, it cools off. But this insulated mug, it stays hot. And it's to the point that it'll burn my mouth right now. I've taken a couple sips and it's uncomfortably hot. But I haven't sipped enough to actually get burnt on it. I can let this sit here until tomorrow morning, and it won't be as hot as it is now, but it'll still be lukewarm. Hello, Katie. Well, I don't have my coffee pot in here right now, Gary. This is instant coffee. I heat the water up in the microwave. I was doing that for so long, but I just got used to doing that, and I just got to dig out my coffee pot and start making the coffee that way. Yep, Ann knew what was going on. Wait a minute. Who they got out there now? Because the one they've been going after is right here next to me. Yep, we were starting so many years ago. Because that was back in 2017 when my back got really bad. In fact, it was February of 2017. So, it's been almost 9 years. And still nothing to speak of in my left hip. Some arthritis, but it's not bad. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah, go ahead, put a tree up, Des. Oh, darn it. It jumped on me again. I was doing so good. Fortunately, I got back there easy. No tree, Katie? I'm not going to decorate the tree. It's pre-lit tree, so it's just going to have lights on it. Because the cats won't allow me to decorate it anyways. The consignment store that I really like, Sal, is 11 Miles. Yeah, I like thrift stores also. I haven't been going to a lot lately just because you have to walk around thrift stores. And that's hard to do. But I know there's at least 4 of them in Waldron. What am I, the only one going to be putting up a Christmas tree this year? You don't blame me there, Katie. Well, thank you, Judy. She needed some extra care. Because she wouldn't have lived without it. Because her white blood cell count when she got to the ER, she went in Tuesday, did better overnight, and they sent her home Wednesday. And then I had to take her back to the ER Thursday, and she was worse than she was on Tuesday. When I took her back on Thursday, and her white blood cell count was almost 38,000. And that was almost triple what it should be. So she had a real bad infection. It turns out she ended up testing positive for feline coronavirus. And I asked the vet if that's what caused all of that. And she said she's pretty sure it is. And not all cats will get sick from feline coronavirus. Some of them, you won't even know they have it. Other very mild symptoms. And then some of them die from it. And she said Smokey just happened to get it real bad. Hello, John. Well, thank you, Pink Sparkle. And I have another one in the other corner, too. They love those. See, it looks like I see a cat up near the top and one in one of the lower baskets. The other one at the very top, one of the next level down, one in one of the lower baskets. Yeah, they love those. I counted them one day. Between the two trees, there were 11 cats on them. Out of 18, so they love them. Yes, Joanne, they are. But when I get that perimeter fence up and the dogs could be able to go around the perimeter, there won't be any raccoons then. Yeah, I could never do that now, Jan. Because even before I got the van and I was still having to ride my bike, it was extremely difficult. Yeah, that's what I figured, Judy, with the setup I want. Dogs can take care of anything during the day. They will at night, too. and then the chickens being in the coop at night, there'll be absolutely no problems. Yes, Pink Sparkle, except I'm in Arkansas, not Georgia. And I love the central heat in here. Got the thermostat set at 65, and it just maintains 65 in here all the time. Yep, and the car. Yep, I just heard it called a dog moat for the first time, Emily, but it makes sense. Perfect name for it. Okay, Pink Sparkle, you know you just made a mistake. I don't know what gets happened here, but I guess I better set the phone over there. The phone was just vibrating and beeping, and I pushed the button on it. Hope nothing bad happened. Yep, that's right, Gary. Make sure you know what we do today is right. Well, Gary's been here, Emily, but he's at work, so he's in and out. Yeah, I've got neighbors that I see at the diner every day, and I wouldn't see them outside of the diner. If I happen to see them going by. Well, I know there's 3 people that go there every day that live within a mile of here. Yeah, I watched a recap on my channel the other day. I don't think I agree with. They were saying the channels that I watch the most. Couple of them, yes. There's a couple other ones. I don't think they have them in the right order. Gotta keep those dogs under control, Gary. Okay, you have a good night, Kay. Because I'm sure you're long gone by now, because I'm 14 minutes behind. Oh, Melissa. Well, it's a full moon tonight, Sal, so that could be why. Well, Gary, I like chili with beans, but beans doesn't fit in my diet, so I'm gonna make some chili without beans. I don't care if it's Mayo or Miracle Whip. And I don't care about the brand either. In many years, I haven't put a tree up, but this year, I've got the space to put a tree up, so I want to do it. I'm not picky on butter either, Katie. That's true, Judy. Because if Smoke had not been given to me, I doubt very much she would have got the care she needed. Because that wasn't nothing that over the counter antibiotics would take care of or anything. Because she needs to be on IV antibiotics for several days. They're very expensive to run, Sal. But I used to use propane heaters, and they throw out some heat and moisture. The true problem with propane is everything's dripping wet, and they're very expensive to operate. But that was the only thing I could heat the campers with. Any of them that was in. You'll be much easier down here, Sal. The past couple winters, we've had a few days, maybe 3-4 days, because not to say this couldn't be worse, that it gets really cold. Last winter, it never went below 0. Winter before, I think it went like 3 or 4 below one night. And the past 2 winters, it has gone above freezing every day except for maybe 3 or 4 days. And you'll get days right in the middle of the winter that'll be in the 50s. 40s is more common, but still, even the 40s is better than what you get in New York. Well, Emily, I'd put beans in it if they was in my diet, but it's not. So that's why I'm going to give it a try without beans. I'm not putting mayo in it, Gary. Well, I can tell you what brand, Gary. Whatever brand I have in the refrigerator. Yeah, I don't know if I'd put mayo on a whole turkey, but definitely on a sandwich. Yep, there you got Tony making his own mayonnaise. Interesting, Katie. I've never heard of that before. Yeah, I actually do, Judy. But next couple days, I'm going to be doing computer work. I just became a moderator on a very large group, over 1 million members on Facebook. And I'm going to be training to be a mod on that channel. Yep, Emily. I buy mayonnaise the same way that my mom used to buy it. Whatever brand's on sale. Yeah, Joanne's the one always complaining that we're making her hungry. And here she talk about chocolate pudding. Way to go, Joanne. Emily, it's on Facebook, and you can't really refer to it as a job. Yeah, that's right, Judy. Joanne got tired of it, so that's why she's doing it to the rest of us. I'm probably gonna get to have some bacon tonight. Because I just finished up the mac and cheese that Dolly Parton made for the party. Wasn't a lot left, about a half a plate full. Ouch. Had that about 4 o'clock, so not really all that hungry. So probably just have some bacon later on and be good for the night. Because I bought, I think I got 3 packs. Think. Yeah, got 3 packs of bacon yesterday, so 7.5 pounds. So I got enough bacon for a little while. They had 2.5 pound packages for $11.99. So I picked up 3 of them. Think about getting 4. Probably should have. But it was 3 I decided on getting. Yes, Wanda. Eggs is a big thing on keto. Actually, keto and carnivore are similar, but carnivore is more restrictive on what you can eat. Well, I didn't see it hit 29, Gary. I'm showing 27 right now. Well, I got lose what I gained since yesterday. It was worth it though. It should only take me a couple days to get that off. But today I weighed myself this morning and this afternoon, and I was the same weight. I gained about 2 pounds. But I can get rid of that in a couple days. So I should be good. Gary, I just looked up to see how long I've been on. It's changed now, but when I first looked up, 1 hour, 29 minutes, 29 seconds. Well, is there anything else to talk about tonight? I don't know, Emily. I know I shouldn't be, but what? Every time I see 29, I think about Gary. He's just got me in that habit now. That's all he talks about. Yeah, we did pretty much cover mail and beans. So what we got to talk about now? Peanut butter? I'll tell you the brand peanut butter I buy. Always Save. It's $6.48 for a big jar of it. I don't know how big a jar it is. It's a big one. Well, maybe I should turn around and look. I see one cat, two cats. I think I know where Smokey is now. I'm pretty sure it's Smokey up there. The other one, I'm not sure who it is. It does, Joanne. Peanut butter pudding. The basket closest to me. Yeah, they get right down in no basket, especially smaller cats, and I can't see them. Tiger came back. Hello, Vince. Yeah, once I get the camera set up on each of the cat trees, it would be nice. You keep watching. They usually start moving around. Oh, whoever's up the top just stood up. I think it's Dream. Um, is it this one? Yep. I think that's Fluffy. Gotta be. And yep, that is Smokey. Second one from the top. Hello, Bulldogs. The one I just had here with me, Wanda, that's Tiger. That's Smokey's brother. For any of you who didn't catch it the other night, I introduced Smokey's brother, sister, and mom. Oh, you're not going to see Mama Cat for a little bit. She's having a hard time adjusting. And then I found out she was having a very hard time with her last family, too. There was only one person there that she really got along with good. But she's getting friendly towards me. When she sees me, she comes towards me. She lets me pet her. But she's still trying to get used to the other cats. But Smokey's brother and sister, the brother's Tiger and the sister's Blackie, they are both getting along very well with me and the cats. they've always got along with me since like the second or third day they were here. But they had quite a time adjusting, but they made it. And I know their mother will too. They're all very sweet cats. Well, you better stop beating then, Joanne. I'm feeling a little bit better, Vince. I was telling earlier, I overdid it the last few days, and I've been hurting some. But even with the pain, I can still move around better than I could. But before I did that, I was moving around much better, and my left leg and foot has been swelled up for um, over 10 years. It was 10 years in August. I got an infection in my leg, and it swelled up real bad. I was in the hospital for a week on IV antibiotics, and it wasn't until day 4 or 5, day 4, that it started to show any improvement whatsoever. And the swelling stayed there. Not as bad as it was, but it wasn't normal. And I asked my doctor about it about 2 years later, and he said it would never go down. He said it was swelled up so bad that it did something to the tissues and stuff in my leg, and he said it would never go down. That has gone down now. My left leg and the foot too. The foot's gone down significantly. Yeah, my left foot looks just like my right foot now. So it's making a big difference. Yep, Fluffy disappeared again. Oh yeah, Wanda. I'm the same way with names. Well, once I get those cameras set up, one on each cat tree, everyone's gonna be watching those. I'll have myself small on the screen. Have those two cameras bigger. Okay, Wanda, I couldn't remember. Yeah, I'm going to do that a lot too, Pink Sparkle. Sometimes I go into a live and they don't even know I'm there until I say something. And other times I'll go in and say hello to everyone and then not say anything and they think I left. All of a sudden I say something or tell everyone to have a good night or whatever when I'm leaving or the live's ending. Oh, you're still here? I thought you left hours ago. Nope, still here, just not chatting. Of course he is, Gary. That's what Eddie does. He's fun to pick on, though. I may go to Branson sometime. I've seen advertisements about some of the different stuff they have there. I believe you, Judy. Carnivore is healing. Yeah, I got metal in my left arm and my back. Yes, Wanda, I'm on StreamYard. And I have the paid version, so that's why I have my logo up where the StreamYard logo usually is. Yeah, you never know where I am, Katie. That's right. I think I went to your live one night, didn't say anything for like a half hour. Usually I will, not always. Depends on who the person is. If it's one of the people that I know quite well, I usually always end up saying something. But there has been times someone I really don't know the person, I don't say anything. Well, Sal, it's getting late. It's 8:15 where you are. I know 9:15 for you, Wanda. Yep, they sure do, Judy. Yeah, I've had a hot tub suggested to me, but maybe once I get feeling better. Right now, I wouldn't be able to climb in and out of a hot tub. Well, Dad, usually what I do on your live is I go in, say hello to everyone, and then I'll be there. But you won't hear a thing from me for the next 2 or 3 hours. Eddie may have snuck in. Who knows, Emily? He likes to lurk. And I'm getting so, now that I got a TV I can do it with, that I've been watching a lot of lives on TV. And I do chat on my phone, but I really don't like to because I can't tag. It's so much easier to tag people. You just gotta put the @ and type 2 letters and click. There you go. I like tagging. One, because it's easier, and two, because it's highlighted and the person's got a better chance of seeing it. I've seen that, Jim. And I actually would probably try one of those if I was able to get in and out of it. Have a good night, Ann. Oh, yes, Sal. I don't blame you one bit for wanting to get out of New York. That was the best thing I ever did. The only thing I regret is not doing it about 10, 20 years sooner. Well, I'm not going to be on here too much longer, Gary. I might be gone by the time you get back, depending on how long it takes you. And sorry, I don't know anything about earbuds, Emily. I started looking at them one night, and I gave up looking at them. Yeah, he wants to, Wanda. But he spent all his money in the bus and the fuel pump and stuff. Now he doesn't have money enough to insure it, register it, and the gas to get down here. It's about 1,200 miles. And I know that bus pulling a camper is not going to get good mileage. You know, when I was a kid, Wanda, from Thanksgiving night right until everything was gone, it would definitely last past Christmas and usually past New Year's too, because my mom and dad would always have a New Year's Eve party. And we would have hard candy, ribbon candy. Those are my dad's two favorites. And then there'd be some Christmassy type candy. Definitely walnuts, usually mixed nuts. My mom would get stacked on that stuff, and then If we ran out, try our best to get more. Yeah, if you're on the TV and don't comment, no one knows you're watching, Emily. Thank you, Des. I appreciate that, Des. In fact, I just spent $110 on cat food today upon ordering this afternoon for 2 bags of Purina Pro Plan. It's just over $50 a bag for a 16-pound bag, but that's what the vet recommended. She said that would be a good food for them. And even at $50 a bag, it's still less than I was paying before. I was paying, well, I can't remember what it was, $16 or $16, I think it was, for a 16-pound bag, and then canned food. I was getting cases and cases and cases of canned food, and this is actually cheaper this way. And she told me I can just cut the canned food out. Well, I guess Sweetie doesn't want to be held. Yes, very nice it does. Hello, Eddie. I bet he won't admit to it, Katie. Yep, the only thing that coming years ago is I wouldn't have came before my mom died. That was in February of 2017. I wouldn't have come until she came. And I'm not sure if she would have. Have a good night, Reverend Joe. You have a title to the camper, Sal? So you can get a plate for that? Hello, Ace. Okay, Gary. Yeah, I don't see why not, Emily. You have any idea what kind of mileage you'll be getting with that bus sale? I've never pulled a camper, so I don't even know what kind of mileage you get with a pickup. Yeah, eggs and meat are the two big things I'm eating, Wanda. Like I went to the breakfast buffet yesterday. I had scrambled eggs, and I had probably 6 or 7 slices of bacon, 2 sausage patties, because they're relatively small, and 3 link sausages. And that filled me right up. And that was all I had. Oh, okay, Sal, that's good. Because that would have been a real hassle if I'd ended up bringing my camper down. Which at one point there, I kind of wish that I had brought it, but it needed tires on it. Which I don't think that would have been an issue. What you doing, Smokey? See Smokey hanging from the cat tree. Then we got Domino over here. I would have had to get those tires put on it, and it didn't have any lights on it, so I would have had to get some temporary lights and get them hooked up. And there's no title to it or anything, so that would have been kind of a hassle. So if you got that all registered and ready to go, that make it easier. By a slower week, Wanda, do you mean not as busy? Um, well, I was home more this week, but I had to get caught up on all the stuff that I got behind on when Smokey was in the hospital. Because everything here just came to a standstill. Nothing got done. Absolutely nothing. In fact, the first night she was in the hospital, or first night she was in the hospital, I didn't sleep much, worrying about her. And then the night that I took her to the ER. Then after that, she was doing a little bit better. So at least I could sleep after that. Hey, it happens, John. I do it quite a bit on Grandma's Live. If you notice, I will say hello to everyone when I come in. And then if I don't say good night, I'm sleeping. Because I always say when I'm leaving. And if you don't hear from me, I'm asleep. Yep, Wanda. I love potatoes too. It killed me today. They were having roast beef on the buffet and had carrots and potatoes and stuff in it. I ate mainly the beef, a few carrots, and I had to sneak in. They were cubed up like 3/4 inch squares. I snuck in a couple potatoes, but it killed me not to be able to just dig right into those potatoes. I don't think you'll get 25, Sal. It'd be nice if you did. Okay, 17 to 18, just the bus, right? Not pulling the camper. Well, let me figure this up quick here. Um, if you get 17 miles a gallon, you're looking at 70.5 gallons. We'll figure 75 gallons. And I don't know, gas is higher in a lot of places. We'll figure 3.25 a gallon for gas. Yeah, that right there is about $250. But pulling the camper, you're going to get less than that. I'm not sure how much less. But you know what, Judy? When I go grocery shopping, I have to walk right, well, not walk, but right the motorized scooter right past the Low Debbie section. When I go get my keto bread, Low Debbie's right there in that little nook that they have the bread in. When I was younger, I used to gain a little weight during the winter. And then I lost it in the summer. And then eventually I got to the point I gained during the winter, didn't lose it during the summer. Following winter, gained during the winter, didn't lose it during the summer. And that just kept creeping my weight up every year. And then it got to the point that I ended up being less active, partly because of disability and partly because I was getting heavier. Then I started gaining during the summer on top of gaining during the winter. So that just wasn't good. Because the first time I broke my back, when I shared the vertebrae and had that surgery, I was 24 years old. So that put me in bad shape at a young age. Yeah, Wanda, it is good. Because there was days I was traveling, let's see, I think it's 54 miles to the ER. And then to the hospital is just under 50 miles. So there was days if I had to pick her up at the ER and take her to the hospital, and then that evening pick her up at the hospital and then take her to the ER, you're looking at probably 225 miles a day. I had to do it morning and night. Got to trip up there with her Tuesday, and then hopefully they'll say she's all cured and I won't have to go back. Yeah, I fall asleep all the time during her life, Judy. If I don't realize that it's time to go to bed and say goodnight to everyone. And then sometimes I'll leave it playing, but I'll fall asleep anyways. Yeah, if someone wants to put the link up to Grandma's channel, go ahead and do that. Or Grandma, if you happen to be lurking in here, type drop or king in chat. Nightbot will drop your link. I don't think she's ever commented, but she has watched my live a time or two. Okay, that'll be easier on the gas. Just bring the bus, Sal. Yep, already answered your question before I saw it, Katie. Oh, thank you, Judy. I appreciate you sharing that. Okay, that's come down quite a bit since I left New York, Sal, because it was around 329, 339 when I left. Of course, maybe in your area, maybe it was less back then too. I'm not sure. Tony's saying less than 11. Oh, figure 10. That'd be 120 gallons. 240. 360 at $3 a gallon. And there may be places between New York and Arkansas that's a little over $3. I don't know. So yep, that's what it does, Katie. Yeah, Wanda, gas is ridiculous in Canada. I know one of the European countries, I forgot what one it was now, they were about $10 a gallon. By the time you figure it out, it figured out to $10 a gallon not too long ago. Yep, I'll probably be stopping in there tonight, John. It's always been like that, Wanda. Yes, Arlene is great at dropping links. Don't be telling lies, Judy. I saw you drop Grandma's link. I'll have to check that out, John. That's not bad at all, Tony. Well, I wish that would be by next fall, Wanda, but probably not. It'd be nice if you could make the meetup. I like that, John. Normal is just a cycle on the washing machine. Have a good night, Des. Yeah, it'd be great to have you at the meetup, Wanda. Yeah, I watched your walking video yesterday. First time I watched one of them in a while. Well, that is until it quit playing on me. Well, been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes now. Oh, I wish I could win the lottery too, Sal. But one thing's stopping me. I don't buy tickets. I have bought 4 lottery tickets since I've been in Arkansas. I bought one on Mega Millions and one on Powerball one time, and then there was another time I bought one on Mega Millions and one on Powerball. That's it. So maybe that's my problem. No, I haven't gone back and watched the first one. I should do that, John. Yes. Pray for Judy's son. Yeah, I hope they get some answers there, Judy. You have a good night. Have a good night, Tony. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just about time to end this. I want to thank everyone for being here. I appreciate it. I'll have another live Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And we'll just see if something else happens. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a good night. There we go. It didn't want to end.